We've been growing apples here in County Armagh from something like the 12th century. Nobody knows quite sure why apple growing is so popular in this area of County Armagh. It may be something to do with the climate, close to Knockleigh, or the fact that it's in drumlin country. We produce somewhere in the region of 40,000 tonnes of apples a year, mainly Bromley. The Bromley tree was first found growing from a pippin in England, Nottinghamshire, back in the mid-1800s. That tree is still alive. From that, we now have Bromley trees quite a bit in County Armagh. In the original leases for some of this land, which belonged to the Brownlow estate, there was a condition in the lease that some of the land had to be planted in orchards and apples. It is also recorded that actually King William, before he went to the Battle of the Boyne, brought his cider maker over to actually make cider for his troops. Now, nobody's suggesting that helped him win the battle, but it was reckoned he used County Armagh apples. The Bromley apple is now a designated species that is grown in a particular geographical area. It has a particular tartness and it keeps longer than the English Bromley. It used to be, say, back in the 50s, when most farms would have maybe 1 or 2 acres of orchards. That has now largely been replaced by bigger orchards, much higher tree density than what it was, much lower trees. Most of the apples now go for processing. They're peeled, some are preserved in a particular preservative and used within about a fortnight. Some other apples, and it has been decreased in recent years, are canned. The fresh market over this last 60 years has declined as the housewife uses less fresh apples. This is a modern hedgerow system of growing apples, and this particular variety is Bromley. Compared back to the 1950s, the tree density would maybe have been 100 trees to the acre. These trees can be planted anywhere between 1,500 and 2,000 trees to the acre. In the springtime, these will be mechanically pruned. Harvesting these will be done in 2 ways. When the tree gets slightly bigger, they can be harvested off the ground, but they can also be harvested off platforms straight into the apple bin. This will reduce the amount of labour involved, but the life of these trees is likely to be no more than 15 to 20 years, compared to some of the old trees in the 50s, which have been around maybe 100 years. Back in the 50s, there were eating apples about. There were apples such as Laxon, Superb, Kemp's, Maybloom and Beauty of Bath. But gradually over time, they disappeared. And now we're starting to see a re-emergence of eating apples back in County Armagh. This particular variety is an English variety called Red Windsor, sometimes called Sweet Lilliput, after the pet name for the Queen. Quite an excellent apple, coming into ready for picking around about mid-September, and should show good prospects. An awful lot cheaper to the consumer than buying apples in from Chile or South Africa, and has equally a very fresh, crisp flavour.